Okay, good news. The season is ending for the Detroit Pistons, and the bad news is worst record in the NBA. So that's bad news, good news, bad news. And now that's good news because we're going to go into the NBA lottery with really good odds to get that first pick, top three pick, and then no worse than the top five pick. So today we're going to look at a Detroit Pistons mock draft. And as we pull that up, I mean, just look at the records the last 15 years. I mean, look at this 15th in the East, 14th in the East, 15th in the East, 13th these last 4 years when Troy Weaver took over, because it was almost worse before that. We were eighth, ninth seeds, sneak into the playoffs and get swept, sneak into the playoffs and get swept. And then before that, brutal, brutal, brutal. I mean, it has just been really bad as a Pistons fan. I have to tell you that since the 08-09 season when we got swept there. Um, haven't I mean it's been really bad. It has absolutely been bad. So the good news, we know we have core young guys on the team. Cade gets injured, that kind of derails our whole season. We weren't great to begin with. We were young, developing. He gets hurt, hard to kind of get the continuity going. So fine, right? I guess if we're gonna lose, let's lose like crazy, and that's what we did. So now if we look at the NBA draft and a mock draft, you guys all know who's sitting there. It's wembenyama, who is no question going to go number one. So if the Pistons can get that first overall pick, you now completely change your franchise. And I'm on Tankathon. I like what they do here. They have a big board of a tier one, tier two, and then the rest. Because every year in the NBA draft, there's always the top one, two, three, maybe four, and then it falls off. Top six, and then it falls off. In this one, it really is a really good top three. And you could make the case for the Thompson brothers. You could be, I mean, you could go down a little bit if you wanted to, but if you really want to change your franchise and really have one of those top players that you need to have in order to really make an improvement, it's the top three. So we're happy with the top three. Obviously, tier one, it should be called something different for tier one. It should be just be called Alienville, because Wembenyama is just something we've never seen. So it's just exciting because you know he's good, but it's also I've never seen anything like. I want to see you. I want to see you on the basketball court in a Detroit Pistons uniform going against other NBA players. Really want to see that. Want to see Ivy with you, Duran. Want to see Cade. I want to see the four of you just doing some things out there. So if we go back to the mock draft, I'm just kind of messing around with it here. If you simulate it again, you can see some different things. So what happened was we went down to the fourth pick. So if you go to the fourth pick, you're looking at Walker, and you're right outside of the top three. And then it's just interesting to see some of the other teams that would get him. So it's like, man, Spurs with him. Nah, man, please no. Would love to see you in a Pistons uniform. So let me know your thoughts in the comments as we look through this. Where's that drop off? Is it, let's just sim the lottery one more time. Oh man, Pistons down here at 5 again. So Walker. So where it, because I really feel good about us in the top three. Happy with any of those guys. We'll be in great shape. But if we drop out of, if we're 4 or 5, are we still okay? Or is it something where, man, I don't like that because I just can't keep losing like this. And I say I as just a fan, right? Is basketball is so fun, and so especially NBA basketball, you're living and dying every possession. I mean, it's so cool, but we haven't experienced it. I mean, when we experienced it, and that's the thing that I'm like so curious about. The last time we experienced NBA playoff basketball, it was a different game. I mean, you had like centers, you were dumping it in the post. I mean, there was all kinds of just like that was 15 years ago. It's like, what would I don't know. What would it be like to have my team be in the NBA playoffs in today's NBA? I mean, is it because I just remember those like low, playing the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals or whatever, and the score's like 75-62. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but you know what I'm saying? Just grinding it out. You're living and dying. Reggie Miller, it's like I can't wait to see us like up and down the court, playoff basketball. I have not seen that, and I really, really would like to. So let me do it a couple more times here. See who we get. So okay, so here's us again at 5. So I mean, the Thompson brothers come up, one of them come up. You're still looking at Walker there. Oh man. The good news is we can't drop lower than 5. The bad news is we can drop all the way to 5. And I think it's just a top 3. We got to have one of those top 3. Otherwise, I don't know. Do we just keep losing? I mean, geez. I think obviously with Cade back and another year of the young guys, we're going to be a lot better next year no matter what. But let's just end this. Can we please just get wembenyama, please? That would be perfect. So here's Brandon Miller at pick 3. Perfect. Love that. All day, every day. 6'9". Guy can just score. Long. He can just be anything we need him to be. Let's do it one more time. Miller there again. So they have us taking Miller, either we're at 2 or 3. Scoot Henderson, can't go wrong there either. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. It's exciting time as a Pistons fan, as bad as it's been, because that's the whole point. It's been so bad, so hard to watch. But the good news is, I say that we all know, like we're right there. We're right there. We've got to get these younger guys another year. We've got to get one other star, and we can have a lot of fun for a long time to come. That's the whole thing. It's like we do. What if we're in the playoffs every year? What if we are in the playoffs every year for the next 5 years? Let's go. We need wembenyama. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. We'll see all of you on the next one.